I got my first number since I've been single at a bar. It was very exciting.
Were you at the emo night or something?
No, I wasn't. Oh, I wish I would have got a number at the emo night, but
They know you're a fraud there.
they're like, you're not really sad. You're not really depressed. No, I got my number. A girl just like came up and like gave me her number on a napkin. I was like, oh shit. And she's like, hey, bye. And I was like, oh, okay, it's one of those.
Yeah.
But to your point for like, you know, the cancellation, you know, at the end of the night when it's like, hey, hit me up. Let's, you know, fucking hang out. She's like, yeah, hit me up. And I was like, cool, where are you staying? And she's like, well, I'm from LA, but I'm staying with my friend in Pacific Beach. And I was like,
Did you went red flag on that one?
No, kind of red flag, but at the same time, like you're talking about like being in your 30s. It's like, I know how that's going to go down. I'm going to show up there. There's probably going to be 3 other people like hanging out.
They're going to be hammered.
Fucking hammered. Like, who the fuck's this guy? I got my fucking DJ bag on. Like, that's just...
I'm not even trying to be like a dick when it comes to like the tourist thing. Cause like, I know how it is. Like I go travel places, and when I'm like swiping on Tinder or whatever, when I'm in that city, like I'm straight up. Like I'm here. Like here's what I'm looking for while I'm here. Like I'm not trying to bullshit and be like, let's go grab drinks, you know?
Yeah.
And so like when it comes to that kind of deal, I'll get messages and they'll be like, oh, like, you know, they'll be like super vague about it. Like, you know, hinting at like what they might want. It's like, look, we're fucking adults. Just say what you want. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to commit to like go to the zoo and then go get drinks and like be fucking your tour guide.
Go hiking, go golfing.
And then like just to be like, okay, good night. Like
some of that's just tiring. Girls are like, let's wake up in the morning and catch the sunrise at the beach. I was like, bitch, if I'm going to be at the beach on sunrise, like I'm going to be fucking cracked out of my face. Like, I don't want to wake up for that shit.
We're on the West Coast, baby. We're not looking for the sunrise.
Yeah, no. So I had some things circled. I don't know if you guys want to talk about this stuff, but that fucking window that blew out in that plane.
Yeah, we were just...
were you guys just talking about that? Holy shit. How much do you think those people are going to get paid?
Sorry.
I came across his Instagram, this guy's profile. He takes a drone and he fucking harasses bums.
Oh, it's so fucked up.
It's so fucking, it's hilarious, bro. He hangs a McDonald's bag, like a fucking Happy Meal on a drone and like drives by like bums and shit, and the bums are trying to catch it, but they get so pissed and so frustrated.
Don't tell the story now. Tell on the show.
No, that's all I got.
Oh, well, we can talk about that.
Okay, yeah. What else? Let me see. I think that was it.
Is there anything happening in the world right now?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I feel like it's all been slow, kind of, since we drew down in Afghanistan and Iraq stopped. Nothing's going on in the world.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's
it. We got to start another war.
Yeah.
There's got to be a brown country to invade somewhere, right?
Did you say brown?
Yeah. What, you think we're going to invade a white country?
We got to hit Asia again. It's been a while.
I was just watching, like a video of like the time lapse of like the battlefront lines in Korea during the Korean War. And they were doing like the number of soldiers and body totals like as it progressed. And it's like, bro, like millions of fucking, like it is crazy watch that. It was just bodies running into bullets, dude. Like, fuck that.
You're talking about the one that, so it's like a time lapse. It has the map and then it shows little flags, right? And
yeah.
It kind of moves around. A number count. And then you see the lines, the battle lines,
you see like the bodies go up and like that, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like send a few 100,000 die, fucking send a few 400,000. Like, damn,
it's crazy because it has the date. It has the date, so it has the body count and the date, and so you're watching. It's like a day is probably like a second or something like that. And you see, like, especially for the South Korea one.
Oh, yeah, and it went down to, like, Seoul, right?
Yeah, but so you're looking at the map, and it's like the South Korea forces, they're split. They're like, there's some in the north, and there's some in the south. And then you just see the North Korean one just kind of encroaching, and then they get to one day, they just burst them on one side, and the next day it's all gone. And then all those forces then go down to the front lines.
Damn.
And then it pushes it. Yeah, it's, dude. And
South Korea was down to like this little speck on like the East Coast.
And then the U.S. troops showed up. And then you see U.S. flags all over the map. And then it goes up to like where it is now, basically. And then
a little farther. But then like you see all the bodies coming down from China. Like,
then you see the Chinese flags come in. Yeah,
because like the Chinese wasn't even like as technologically advanced military, but they were just like sending bodies. Just sending waves, dude. Like,
bro.
But to your point, though, I've seen a bunch of those now. Like, you know, there was like there's World War II. There was one. There was one for the Civil War. Because, you know, they have, like, records. I'm sure it's not, like, accurate to, like, exactly. But they have records. And it showed, dude, it's crazy just watching the numbers. And it's like you're saying, just 100,000 people just gone. That day, just gone.
And like, what's crazy too is like when you watch all these old movies about like medieval like battles and things like that. Like I was watching that series, the Last King or what, the Last Kingdom or whatever that is. You know, about like England, the island, like, you know, when it was still like open territory. Yeah. Anyways, like, dude, back then, like, you always think of, like, these big, like, Roman wars or whatever. But, like, back then, a lot of that shit was literally just, like, gangs and skirmishes and, like, turf wars. It was, like, a few hundred people, like, banging shields and swords, like, you know, in the middle of nowhere.
Throwing their sets up.
Yeah. I mean, that's, like, literally what it was.
Doing a drive-by on the horse with an arrow. Like, bang, bitch.
And it was over, like, dumb beef and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody did something the other family didn't like. And next thing you know.
Don't even come by York, bitch.
Like, you out here. You and your boys start running around throwing up sets, rolling up to the crib, like, yo, come out. Like,
what a time to be alive, man, when there was horses and shit, like using a horse instead of like I mean, I guess a tank.
Yeah.
You know, being on a horse and attacking a bunch of motherfuckers that are on their like feet.
For sure.
Ooh, you gotta feel so powerful.
And like with the current war, if you think about it, I mean, and I would, you know, go even to like World War II, I would, you know, current-ish, you know, like modern warfare, I guess. Like the supply lines are pretty well like established. Like back then, like where were they even communicating? Like, oh, send a runner. Yeah. And the dude's gone for 3 days.
And he gets shot.
Yeah. And then
he has to come back.
Well,
food, bro.
They were saying that like the Mongolians came in off the steppes and they would have like 3 horses per soldier. And so like they would literally invade a town and they moved so fast that before they could even report it to the next city, they were already there.
Dude, I'm heavy into the Mongolian shit. I'm serious, dude.
Really?
They were, dude. I watched that whole Dan Carlin thing. Or listened to it. It's I think it's 8 hours of podcasts, and it's like 3 episodes of 3 hours or something like that. And I listened to all. I probably listened to it like 3 or 4 times now, and then I watched a couple documentaries. Those are the most insane people in history.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they killed, what was it? They killed 10% of the entire population.
Holy shit.
On the planet, and like in just Genghis Khan, like during his reign.
Because he would basically say, like, if you don't surrender, like, we're just gonna come in and fuck everything up.
When was this? Like, what
1300s, I think.
1300?
I think like mid 1300s. But you ever heard of the Library of Alexandria? It was like it's basically where Iraq or like where Baghdad is now, but it basically had all of human. They say had all of human knowledge. It was like a huge library, all they had all this shit there. Anyway, they sacked Baghdad, modern day Baghdad. They rolled through, killed everybody, killed like 1 million people, like in a couple of days, and then left and just chilled out in the desert for like a week. And then we go back and finish off everybody else.
Wow.
They're like that savage. Like, no, we're killing everybody. We're not like killing a couple people.
What was their goal? Are they just trying to take over the world or what?
Basically.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And here's what's so crazy. When I was in Afghanistan, we were on I know I've told this before, but we were on this little small base that had like I don't want to call it like mud walls. It wasn't a small base, actually. It was kind of large. But I wouldn't call it mud walls. But they were a little bit more, but it wasn't brick. It was like somewhere in between that, but they were tall. They were like 20 feet tall and really thick, right? And it was probably...
Like adobe?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. That's probably a good description. And it was like maybe 4 football fields or maybe 6 football fields big. And it was just this big like courtyard thing, and it had a big gate on it. And I was asking someone that was kind of in charge around there. I was asking what are we on here? It's like, oh, this is where Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great came through.
Whoa!
And then the guy that was in charge of us, he was like telling us, and we looked it up later. But everyone in that area, all the Afghanis looked a little Asian, and they were all their names were Khan, like all their life. It was crazy, and that's from fucking 700 years ago.
That's like the different what is it, the Hazara or whatever, like the different like groups of people in Afghanistan. They're like the ones that Afghans look down on.
Yeah. As
being like foreign, like lesser people.
But meanwhile, they got that Mongol blood in them.
Bro, and so when you were on this base, it was still up?
The base was still there.
That's nuts.
I mean, I'm sure they worked on,
For sure.
The base was still there, and Alexander the Great literally rolled through that base at some point as well.
That's crazy.
What's fucking nuts.
What's crazy too is back then, like they were just looking for any advantage like you could possibly think of. And like whatever like inventor you had like in your city could come up with some like cracked out fucking ideas and like, yeah, let's give it a shot. Like,
yeah, seriously.
Like, dude, they had some napalm style like mixture of like whatever in these like pump things, and had like literally like a thing that they would light. This is like the ancient like Greeks or something like that. Yeah. And so they had these like fuse things that they had lit on like the tip of it. And so these the soldiers would come and charge them, and they would literally like pump the thing like a super soaker. And it would like spray out this fire that would stick on the bodies of the soldiers.
This is why I hate when people argue that like they complain that the world that like violence is like, violence is up 120% since the 80s, and I'm like, really? Because like the shit we talk about in history sounds pretty like 10% of the world. Well, this motherfucker's killing.
There's like a whole host of people who think that returning to like subsistence farming is like going to improve things.
Well, yeah, if I do it, not everyone else does.
That's what I'm saying.
You stay.
But there's a whole lot of people who think like that.
Wait. Why do they think that? I don't understand. What does that have to do?
Because they imagine that like farming is peaceful and not like
not hard as fuck.
Not hard as fuck. And not only
I'm coming through your farm blasting, bitch. I'm stealing all your radishes.
We're growing more food on less land now than we ever have in human history, which means that like basically like starvation because like you can't grow food is a thing of the past. And like, if you went back to subsistence farming, like you have one bad winter, like you're done. That's it. Like your crop fails, like you're dead. Unless like your neighbor 5 miles down the road is gonna be like, yeah, like we'll help you out a little.
I've never heard anybody say that. Like if they went back to like farming, everything would be great. I think it would be the opposite. Oh, fucking terrible.
But like people imagine that like they would have their modern amenities. And they'd be able to do that.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look, hell yeah.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Yeah, come on.
If I could plot my farm in, like, the middle of Manhattan.
Well, like
Pacific Beach.
Is that like, so more like the off-the-grid thing, kind of, like a little bit, right? Like, that's like not completely off the grid, but I just mean like, you have like some solar panels, you got your own little farm.
You're relying on yourself.
Yeah, you got guns, trucks, you got 2 bad bitches, because when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you got 2 wives, 16 kids. The wives are out there working. I'm still playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, of course.
The solar's coming in.
He's doing like one of those cult leaders. He's like, no, we don't watch TV. We don't have the internet. He's got the wireless.
You don't want him going out.
He's got the 5G locked in the room.
You don't want him learning. You don't want anyone learning shit,
Oh, yeah, no one can read in that house. Yeah, except for me.
That's like that. What we talked about. It was like the 12 tribes cult or whatever.
Which one was that?
The one that like they run the Yellow Deli. There's one in.
Oh, I remember you talking about this a long time ago.
There's one in like Escondido.
Oh,
somebody had sent me an article about like they busted up like a child abuse ring that was happening in like one of their cults.
Through the cult?
Yeah, in Australia. Like it's global. Like
I mean, I watched a lot of documentaries. I don't know that shit. Like
honestly, I'm shocked. There's been a lot of cult documentaries lately, like the NXIVM one.
Yeah.
Like a few others, but I'm actually surprised nobody's talked about that one. To me, honestly, I think it's just a little too dark.
Which one?
The 12 tribes.
I haven't even heard of that.
It's crazy to me how many there are. Like, I mean, I only know about them from documentaries and like maybe some random article here and there, but like
random cults.
Yeah, just
and
cults.
I think those are the cool ones. They talk about the one. Not cool, but interesting. Like they really get into those ones. I'm sure there's so many other ones that are just boring as fuck.
Yeah, and like
nobody's fucking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like you see, like they're bad enough as they are, but like you see the ones where there's like not like the worst things going on, like. The one that I'm talking about, like you would see a lot of like child abuse and a lot of probably like sexual assault.
That's not a good documentary. That fucking sucks.
Hey, what are you guys doing Friday night? Come over watching.
Somebody really should like try to like infiltrate the tribe or whatever.
But allegedly,
all right.
Of course.
Challenge accepted.
Shoney, do it, dude.
Let's do it. Hey, you guys
what if Shoney really bought into it?
No.
We just didn't hear from him for like 5 years.
And he's already in. That's what the haircut and the fucking glasses are from.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, no, you guys, I'm getting in with them. And then I'm like the leader, like a deacon and shit, like just fucking up there.
He's like Tom Cruise in the compound rolling through.
Do you guys see though? There's one mother of what is it? The Godmother. I think that's what it's called. It's on HBO. My God, I mean, I'm laughing. I mean, the chick died, so like maybe it's not that funny, but like I'm laughing at this thing. Okay, so let me just paint the picture here. They think that this one chick who's she's in her late 40s. There's a group. There's only a handful. There's not like thousands of people. It's like a group of like 30 people. They think that she is God on Earth.
Oh, is this the one they were in like L.A., I think?
I'm not sure if they were in LA because they were out kind of in like Colorado, and then they moved around a bunch. They went to Hawaii for a little bit, but they think she is God, and she has these like crazy outfits. So the whole thing is videotaped, and they're doing live streams on Facebook and whatever.
They got their shit together,
dude. They're just they're actually making okay money, but so yeah, she thinks she's God and that she's here to like cleanse the earth, and she has to soak up all the bad energy to cleanse the earth. But really all it is she's a fucking alcoholic who likes to party. Like legitimately likes to do coke, shrooms, party.
Isn't that like always what it is too?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of. So, but this is where it started getting so ridiculous because they would show videos. She's like, oh, they call her mother. Mother's having her outburst today, because there's so much bad energy in the world. And then they cut to her. She's just blacked out. I mean, literally, she's laying in bed, and she's like, "What's the fucking thing?"
That's my new excuse every time I get fucking drunk and blacked out. Too much negative shit in the world. I can't handle it. I need to get fucked up.
So then fast forward, she's starting to get really sick. She's also taking colloidal silver.
Oh, yeah.
So she's like turning blue.
Wait, how do you take...
And so it's like
you don't take it.
You don't, yeah, you don't. But it's like one of those like homeopathic things where like
it's like woo fucking shit.
Yeah, they're making it themselves too, and she's taking it. Now her skin's literally turning blue, like at this point. And but she can't use her legs because she's soaked up too much bad energy from the earth and shit. Yeah. And but the way her skin looks, her whole body hurts. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, that's got to be liver failure. And so I just pull it up real quick, Google, and like, oh yeah, it was like everything down the line, liver failure, and they're still going with it. I'm like, what are we? Like, how deep are you guys in this bullshit?
What's funny is I've only met like 2 or 3 people in my life, and this has probably been the last couple of years. I always would think like, how does someone fall for this shit? How do you get started like in a cult? Like or how dumb do you have to be? I've been a couple people where I'm like, you could join a cult. Like you're dumb as fuck. But they're like,
it's not just being
they're
dumb
in like
though.
But also. They've had the people I've met had very deep like family issues. They're like, I have no family. This is what happened when I was a kid. And there's only like 3 people I met, but they opened up and told me, and I was like, oh shit. And then they just kind of hang out with people that love them and like that. And this is mostly in the nightlife. Like these are all nightlife people. And I was like, dude, you be careful. You could join a fucking cult because that's what they do. They take people that are like hurt. And they like come in, we'll take care of you, and they're like, oh my god, this is like my calling.
That's like any extremist group. They always look for like loners, like people.
I mean, Christians do that.
Yeah.
They do the same shit.
Any group group that's looking for people does that.
Yeah, Tasteless Gentlemen, join our fucking Discord, baby. Hey, we love you in the Discord. Yeah, we love you. Come on, just $5 a month. That's all you got.
And the deed to your house.
Yeah,
that's always like every cult you watch. Like it's always like the deed to the house. I'm like, man, you can like that if you had me, like if you possibly had me in the cult, the moment you said deed to your house, I'd be like, nope.
Well, it's like the Waco guy. Remember the Waco guy? And he's like, it's Dave Koresh.
Oh yeah.
We made I forgot what the T-shirt is out.
Koresh me down.
Koresh me down. Yeah, we made a funny T-shirt of it. But but he was like, you had to let him fuck your wife. And
and it was a church.
And I'm like, when we're standing there, and he's like, here's the thing. No, I'm out. No, I'm out. You're not fucking my wife. Are you out of your head? You're not fucking my.
That's how deep. That's how deep motherfuckers are, man. They're like, oh no, yeah, you're right. We have to do this.
It's literally just about like it's about money and sex and often like drugs and alcohol and shit like that. And it's like it's so fucking obvious too. And it's like whatever it is, like they probably just couldn't succeed. Like wasn't David Koresh like a failed musician?
Yeah, he's a family musician. Yeah.
It's always something like that, dude. It's always like, you didn't get the success that you felt you deserved or whatever. And, you had this like big personality. And then what the fuck do you do with that? Like,
the Tiger King.
Go do sales?
Remember the Tiger King? There was that other guy with the long hair. He had like a compound. And I was waiting for it. I'm watching the Tiger King. And he's like, yeah, I knew fucking the Tiger King, blah, blah, blah. Then they're like, well, what do you do? He's like, well, I run a sanctuary, and he's got like 3 wives. I'm like, oh, there it is. Fucking weirdo. I mean, I ain't hating.
No,
I ain't hating. I'm just saying.
He was the one who looked like the fucking island of Dr. Monroe or some shit like that.
Yes. There's a fucking catch, man. They're into drugs, they're into partying, whatever, man. Do your thing. Just fucking.
But like in reality, like why couldn't they just go do cocaine like a normal person?
It's expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
People are looking for community. I even saw that on that mother God one. It's like one of the chicks, like her husband died, I think, and she had 4 kids. You could tell she talked a lot in the whole doc. It's like a 4-part series. She talked a lot, and every time they cut her to camera, you feel like she's on the verge of tears. Like she is like emotionally, just fragile.
They catch you when you've hit rock bottom.
Yeah,
When
they're interviewing her like 2 years after this. She's out already, and she's still like emotionally.
Yeah, because she never confronted it. She just went right to the cult.
But I just mean like I feel like a lot of people are looking for some kind of community.
For sure.
So that's also part of it. The only thing, the David Koresh one, that one annoys me a little bit because the government did some fucked up shit there. That was fucked up.
We could talk a long time about this. I watched. I don't know if it was on Netflix or Hulu, but I watched the show. Yeah. And even the show, like it was a lot of people thought what the government
had a tank with a fucking flamethrower on it, like. Yeah. And there's just like they punched a hole in the shit.
Yeah, what year was that? You guys we were kids, right? When Waco went down,
maybe 3.
I don't know.
Is that like mid-80s?
I don't know. I feel like it was early 90s, but I don't know.
Do you think? I mean, we got a lot of listeners. Like, you think anybody? I wonder if anybody out there has any like not connection to a cult, but like somebody that like
sure probably.
Man, hit us up.
I gotta say, man, that was terrible for tourism in Waco.
Bro, every time someone says Waco, that's what we think of.
I'm going Waco. Yeah, we were in Austin. And,
I mean, they had a Disneyland out there, right?
We were in Austin, and I was looking for a nice like bottle of whiskey for my friend's bachelor party, and we went to this liquor store. It was like run by some dude who worked in finance, like gave up on the finance thing, opened up a liquor store because that's what he wanted to do. Anyway, so like I'm like, hey, like you know, what kind of good whiskeys you got? And he shows us like whatever he's got out front, and he's like, oh, but I got some like better stuff in the back. So like we weave through into this like back storage room, and he's got these like kind of bare, you know, shelves with like a handful of bottles on them, and he's like explaining all the different ones, and then he's like, in this one right here, like the guy who started the company and who was the distiller, got investors to expand the growth of the distillery. And apparently he was like running the business part into the ground, but he made like great whiskey. So they were like, all right, the investors were like, we're going to send in
we'll do the business part.
You just lay off the bottle, homie.
Yeah. And the dude was like so fucking mad that he like sent a threat to them, and he's like, you try to send anyone in here right now. He's like, I will go. He's like, I got guns stored all over this fucking distillery. He's like, I'll go Waco.
Yeah.
and then the dude got banned for fucking 2 years for making whiskey in the state of Texas.
Oh come on. He's doing a little freedom.
And so I
just a little freedom.
So I looked at him, I was like, I'll take that one. That one's got a good story behind it.
No, you should have got 2. Just save one, man. You know that guy's going to do something crazy one day. That's rad, man. I mean, not rad.
I don't even know it was true either. I didn't even look it up, but I was like, you know,
he literally just pulled that out of his ass.
He's like, that's why it's $500. He fucking got you.
Hey, he would have got me. I would have been like, damn.
That shit was like 110 proof.
He's like, I was in finance. Dude was in prison. He's fucking trading cigarettes.
It was actually him. He was just telling his story.
Yeah.
Did you get 1 bottle or 2?
I just got 1.
How much was it?
It was like $90, $80, something like that. Yeah, it wasn't like crazy expensive. I just wanted the good story.
Hell yeah! You should have recorded it.
Then I drank it out of a stripper's ass.
Yeah, you're like, you're at the strip club. Hey, so there's a funny story about this. This guy in Waco. They're like, shut the fuck up.
It's
man.
like that meme where the girl's like, you know, and he's like talking to her. You know,
those are the best, dude. Yeah. Those are the fucking best.
What about the guy who Killdozer? You guys know about that one?
No, but that's a rad ass name.
Killdozer.
Woo!
I actually fuck with this guy heavy. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but so he made the Killdozer. Basically, he plated up a bulldozer completely and then went and destroyed the town.
Was it like Colorado or something like that?
Yeah, but it was actually like, I know this is gonna sound crazy. He didn't kill anyone first. You know, that's the most important thing. Good. But it actually was kind of like, you can see where he was coming from. The reason why he did what he did. So he put a 50 cal in there, like a huge gun.
So he took a bulldozer and turned it into like a
armored,
like twisted
unstoppable
metal
tank. Yeah, basically.
Wow.
It's called the Killdozer. That's what they call it, you know.
It sounds like something from like Twisted Metal, like PS1.
They made a live action series of
It
Twisted
looked
Metal.
terrible, right? It was terrible, right?
I haven't seen it.
All right.
But so the story though is like the government or like the local government. There's a big family from the town. He was in a small town. Big family from the small town. He had a small like auto body shop and welding shop. A big family from the town. They could basically influence anything. They were worth a ton of money, and they blocked off the access to his property, so he couldn't have a job basically anymore. They cut off his water. They cut off his electricity.
For no reason?
Basically, they got in a beef because he was mad about the access road or something, and they just, they basically fucked him over, and they completely cut him off. So and there's way more to the story, but essentially, then he spent 3 months in his shop making a fucking tank, and he said this video, he's like, I'm not gonna kill anyone. But he's like, I'm gonna destroy this fucking town, and he did.
Whoa!
Just ran over fucking City Hall. They were all corrupt though. Like that was part of the whole thing. He knew they were getting paid off to block.
This needs to be a movie with
it is,
The Rock.
Oh yeah, well, not that.
The Rock as like the lead. He already did kind of movie like that. What was it? Standing Tall.
Standing Tall. Yeah, that's a true story too.
It was a pretty good movie. So what happened to this guy? You go to jail, prison?
Oh, he killed himself in the tank. Yeah. I mean, as you do.
Of course. If you're driving a fucking, what do you call it? A tank dozer?
Killdozer.
A killdozer? Bro, you gotta fucking put a bullet in your head after you're done.
Too. That was a good one.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Damn, you're deep.
Yeah.
You're deep in this shit. I never heard of killdozer.
Yeah, killdozer.
I've seen the meme. I didn't know the whole story.
Yeah. I mean, I only like him because he didn't kill anybody, and he really only destroyed like government buildings. So I'm like,
You always gotta look those things up. I see a meme. I'm like, okay, I don't know who the fuck this is, because if you look up who the person is, it's all gonna make sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you guys watch the Cat Williams interview?
Yeah, so I didn't want to follow it because he's funny, but he gets on my nerves. So I
does,
started watching it, and I'm like, I can't.
Was it beefing with someone?
Apparently he just dropped a dime on everyone in fucking Hollywood. But I will say, I usually don't like stuff like that, but it's very entertaining. Cat Williams is very well spoken, and just some of the shit he says is a little fucking crazy, little out there.
Alex Jones on it.
Yeah, exactly. Little Alex Jones, a little too religious sometimes. Quit talking about fucking God, bro. Stop.
Wasn't he a pastor before or some shit like that?
I don't know. I have no clue. But it's really entertaining. It's a 3-hour interview with what's his name?
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp, the guy from I don't know, ESPN or something. But
he has one of the biggest podcasts in the world, Shannon Sharp.
Where he just talks about banging fat brods.
He's apparently funny shit on there.
Yeah, but this is good. It's very entertaining, and Cat Williams is very funny. But I definitely.
Well, what was he saying?
I mean, he was fucking they were talking about next Friday and how he didn't get invited back for the next Friday movie that Ice Cube did. And he's like, well, we couldn't because, they didn't want to pay me, and we wanted Chris Tucker back, but Chris Tucker's not Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker is now on Epstein's Island, Chris Tucker. So he's just dropping dimes, bombs on motherfuckers. Yeah. And the interviewer, the guy sitting there, he's like, oh my God, he's just laughing his ass off. And then of course, he's talking about Hollywood shit, the whole thing that's going on with Epstein's Island, even further than that.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. He's
a lot of beef with other comedians and stuff.
But everybody not funny.
But breaking it down, telling stories and I don't know if everything he says is true or he's just really good in his delivery and his conviction. Because he starts talking about shit, and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah,
Is he just airing it out though because his career is no longer a thing?
No, he's still killing it.
Is he? I've never.
Dude, his fucking specials, his Netflix specials, have been murdering it. He's getting paid.
When's the last time he came out with a Netflix special? Though
a couple years ago.
What I found funny though was all the people that he was talking about had to respond. They responded that day.
Yeah,
so that's the only reason why I even saw it.
Ice Cube.
Yeah, they were all like, "Well, that's not true. This isn't true." And I'm like, "Well, if he's fucking crazy, which it sounds like he is, I don't fucking know, but he's kind of out all over the place. Why would you even respond? I wouldn't respond to a crazy person. Just ignore them." I don't know. It just seemed very weird. They were all.
It is. Well, like I said, some of the interview, he says some things like, "Damn, that's true, man." It's has to do with the music industry and Hollywood and actors and celebrities. And then sometimes he says some shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you smoking? That sounded fucking stupid. The delivery was great, but it sounded stupid. But I do recommend watching it. It's pretty funny. It had me laughing. It's long. It's 3 hours, but I mean.
Woo. It's a long time.
I know, right?
I gotta be doing something.
For real. Put those fucking AirPods in and jerk off or something. I don't know.
Play some GTA, throw it on in the background.
Watching Genghis Khan, baby.
You guys see that the plane with the door or the emergency door that
So that was another 737 Max, right? That the whole window panel.
Was that
No,
the
emergency.
Was it the emergency door?
exit.
It was the emergency exit.
Flew
I
the
didn't
fuck
realize that.
off.
Was it open or like what is there?
I don't know.
Keep your seatbelts on.
Well,
I know, right?
Right out of that bitch.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
That was the first thing I thought about when I saw that. I was like, bro, like, I'm so happy I keep my seatbelt on when I'm in the plane. I don't even think about it. I just put it on in the takeoff and I'd stop.
Bro, I've been on so many flights where I don't even put it on. They come and check and I have like something on my lap. I never have the seatbelt on. Like I would have been done. I would have been flying out over the city. Oh, shit.
And then bang.
Boom. Right on a fucking killdozer, dog. Yeah, man. So what I was thinking.
It was the emergency door ripped off, and it was the whole panel. That's what it looked like. It wasn't just like the actual door. It was like
the door.
No, I know, but like it was the whole panel of the side.
Yeah. It wasn't like a clean door.
Yeah,
And
it was like the whole panel.
If you watch
the
movie, if you watch the video, they should make a movie out of it. If you watch the video, it's at night and they're like banking to like come back to the airport, and you're looking down at the earth, like seeing like city lights and shit. And the people look actually pretty calm. Everyone's just like,
well, yeah,
what the
what
fuck
else
is
are you
going
gonna
on?
do?
Freak the fuck out. Start calling my family. I might not make it.
They probably have to get down to like as soon as that happens, you probably get down like to lower levels. So oxygen.
I think they were already low though. I think it happened.
They all had their masks on too. So.
I think it probably happened like close to takeoff because I think at higher altitude it would actually like rip more. It would just keep deteriorating. It wouldn't just like chill. With
Fight Club style.
Yeah. I think it'd be way worse,
I was just thinking how much everyone's gonna get paid that's on that plane. Like the
probably
lawsuit.
nothing.
Yeah, probably nothing.
What?
Yeah,
What? Why?
Why would you be able to sue
you
them?
didn't get hurt.
PTSD? I'll never be able to get on a fucking plane again.
You would need to show that there was some sort of lapse in maintenance that they intentionally.
No.
Yes.
I don't know if you need to show that.
You need to show negligence. You can't just sue for no reason.
What?
No reason the fucking side of the plane blew off.
Hold on, no. You can absolutely file a lawsuit. You can fucking file any lawsuit.
What are they gonna do? Fucking give you an extra ticket? Give you $300 extra like for a voucher? What? The door flew off.
I don't think you need to prove negligence necessarily, but I don't think they're going to get paid though. I don't think there's anything to get paid for.
I'll look it up. Next episode I'll have some information because I swear to God I'm like I was thinking
California. So if California, for example, has an anti-slap law, which means if you file a frivolous lawsuit, if you can't show that there's like a legitimate reason to be suing somebody or some entity, then you actually have to pay the legal fees of the entity you're suing. So like there a lot of people file frivolous
that's frivolous though. The fucking emergency.
I don't know that it's frivolous or not. I'm just saying you got to be able to prove in a lawsuit that like there was some negligence. You can't just like sue and get money for nothing.
Not. I feel like you'd have to get something out of that.
That's just vibes, though.
Like, hey, thanks for flying fucking blah blah airlines.
Like shit happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's.
I don't know if you'd have to prove negligence though necessarily. Just because like
I don't.
But no, I'm not. I don't think they're gonna get paid. I mean, I think you might get like $5,000 or something. Like, oh, sorry, or like some vouchers or some shit. But
whoa, that's that. I mean, if you're right, that's crazy.
I just don't see why you would get paid necessarily for that.
Were there any lawsuits when the plane landed in the Hudson?
Oh, I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
I mean,
I'm just saying, like,
if someone,
you know what I mean? Shit happens.
Okay, I'll look that up. I'll check.
Like literally, like shit happens. Like it just happens. Like you can't.
Thanks for flying Southwest. Shit happens.
Like you couldn't if someone shot somebody or if the police shot somebody in the street and you witnessed it, you couldn't sue the police department. You couldn't be like, oh, I saw that. Oh my God, PTSD, I saw it. They would like, what are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like, dude, you just happen to be there.
There's a guy. Okay, so there's a guy who had like a printing company, and the police chased someone in hot pursuit, like into the guy's like printing store location or whatever. Fucking threw in like tear gas and flashbangs all into this guy's printing store, ruined everything. And the guy couldn't even get money in a lawsuit out of the fucking government who destroyed their business. Like, dude,
man.
like suing, like, I know people see lawsuits filed all the time. Like, it doesn't mean shit. You can literally go in. That's why some states have anti-slap laws, is because people were just filing frivolous lawsuits. And then what you do is you go on social media and you're like, I'm filing a lawsuit. And like real lawyers are like, okay, like let's actually see the claim, because they always leave that shit out because it's so stupid.
Too.
Yeah.
So
and then so now like you don't want to do it in certain states because, and you'll notice it too when people file frivolous ones, they file it in different states because you don't want to do it in states like California because then you end up paying legal fees.
Damn, I feel bad for all those people now.
It sucks.
Cool
yeah,
story.
Yeah.
And I put that right on. That would be my first post on TikTok.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't even have it. That would be my
Story
first post.
story time.
Just flew the fuck out the fucking plane.
YouTube story time. Yeah.
I was just literally like, holy shit, look what just happened.
I literally almost just died on this plane.
Hey, the plane hasn't landed.
Literally.
The plane hasn't even landed. I'm already doing a GoFundMe. Like,
Oh hell yeah! I'm like, bro, yo, check this out.
the picture on the GoFundMe page is like me in a plane, like the door flew off.
I'm gonna be telling Schoeny like, yo, hold my hand, all right? I'm gonna hang out.
I'm telling you, man, that would fuck me up if something like that happened. Like, I'm fine with like flying in planes, but once something goes wrong or
I mean,
something,
that would fuck me up too.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But,
all right, give me $5,000. I'm good. Give me $5,000.
I agree. I agree with you, but
best I can do is free luggage stuff.
I know, right?
I think
they
the
still
biggest,
lose it.
The biggest issue is that it was a 2-month-old 737 Max, and those were that was like the two Malaysian flights. There was two, right? Yeah, Malaysian flights that disappeared. One crashed and one disappeared.
That was just one, but
There were two within a couple weeks.
Well, I mean, both
just don't
probably
remember.
crashed. Although they think the pilot basically
Yeah, the one of them, the pilot. They think the pilot
killed him.
Yeah, because he was like suicidal or something. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Ooh,
but
that's
yeah,
not good.
but then there was a couple other issues with that same plane where like it would just lose communication and stuff. So I mean, people are saying do not fly 737 Max because of that's the newest model and it's having all these fucking issues.
you heard it here, people. You heard it here.
Well, I mean, you could look it up when you're booking a flight.
Was that a domestic flight?
I don't know. I don't even know what it was.
Yeah,
I didn't
know where it
remember
was
seeing
either.
it.
I know that the airline they grounded all their planes.
Spirit.
It was Alaska.
Was it Alaska?
It was Alaska.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think
But
they
then
grounded all their
Southwest, most of their planes are 737s. Not all Max.
Not
but
Max, though.
737.
That's why they got those short 1 hour flights, baby.
I mean,
Yeah, I ain't going. I'm just
Dude,
taking puddle jumpers all the way to
Yeah.
New York.
You can't even get like a direct, like it's hard to get a direct flight on Southwest now.
Is it?
Yeah, like
Southwest
even
is annoying now.
even going
If it's not there, if it's not their hub, yeah, you have to.
no,
get, like,
even going
fucking-
up to like the Bay Area, like I was booking a
They always
flight.
go to Vegas.
Yeah,
They always-
way
What?
more
Yeah.
layovers. Way
Oakland,
more,
bro.
Like I wasn't even paying attention. I used to never have to pay attention to it. Now when I book a flight, I got to pay attention because like you may accidentally book one with a layover.
It's cheap as
Vegas.
fuck. You're like, ooh, this
No,
one's-
no, it's not.
Oh,
It's the
really?
same price.
Yeah.
I always thought the ones that are cheap are like the layovers. Like,
They used to
I've
be,
been
yeah.
in Vegas for 4 hours.
They
Fuck
used to
that.
be. It's just the same price now.
Just fly private. Don't be a pussy. Get your jet card. You know, whatever.
Jet card.
Oh, yeah. Too poor for that conversation.
Oh, no,
That's
I
what
wanna
I'm
hear it,
saying,
bro.
Baby. Bang, bang.
Is this the same website that has your nice knockoffs of watches or
Yes. Yeah. No, you buy like a jet card through there. There's a couple companies, and then you basically pay like $300,000. I've never done this. I kind of want to, just to be clear, but you pay like $300,000.
Yeah, they charter private jets.
Yeah, and then they charter. Then you have it's like a debit card you use basically, and they bill your account. And you just charter jets.
Jesus.
And then whenever your account runs out, you
So
just
it's like
refill it.
it's a private jet, but like you're probably going to be on it with other people.
no,
Oh, that's not
no,
private.
no, completely private. No.
All right. Well, there's some like what is it, Marquee or whatever. They like you like pay a lot of money for like a membership like that,
Right.
and then like you basically go on these like private planes with like other people.
So
Yeah,
what?
I've
So
heard
what
of
makes
that
it
before.
private if you're on it with other people?
Well, you don't have to go through TSA.
You don't have to go through So like,
oh, so we're bringing guns.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could.
I mean, that's why they would traffic drugs
Yeah,
to these
yeah.
types
Wow.
of fucking places. Like, but yeah, like no, the market like those like the San Diego airport just built like a new terminal for the private jets.
It's that little terminal on the
On the
yeah.
other
Wait,
side, yeah.
That's all that construction is just for.
No, that's different. No, on the other
Oh,
side
okay.
of the other side of the airport, like
Oh.
towards the freeway, is like all like the private jet shit. It's a whole different world, dude. You walk right in, fucking no security, like, and then like obviously the advantage is you just have nicer shit. Like,
Yeah,
like
for
even
sure.
if you're there with 15 other people you don't know, it's like still way more comfortable. You get like food and drinks, and
It's fucking expensive. I mean,
yeah, it's not.
I
like,
went down a rabbit hole just the last like couple days actually watching. I think it's called The Jet Business on YouTube. He's like one of the main jet sellers in the world. He's like a kind of a charismatic guy, but he just breaks down that whole business. That's the only reason why I know about this. But and he was explaining like how to own a jet, like what that even means, because it's kind of interesting, you know, like why would you even need a jet, you know? But basically, he was saying like you need to fly 300 hours like minimum to even if you can afford it to even make it worth it. And then it's like
a boat.
Yeah, it's like you need to use it constantly,
yeah.
like, you know. And it was like basically for a smaller jet, it's like $6,000 an hour, basically to own and operate. You know,
I mean, who has jets? Like like Oprah probably has a jet.
Yeah, like big celebrities, like big business people. They have jets.
Like presidents of the United States, like when they retire because they have to travel and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
right? Epstein's Island. Like, how do you get to Epstein's Island?
Jimmy Carter was flying
the
commercial.
The what?
Lolita Express.
Was that
the
his
name private
of it?
plane? Yeah.
Lolita.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been watching a lot of shit lately on YouTube.
I see everything, bro. I see everything. I'm on every. You gotta be aware,
bro. You're like the Matrix into your room. There's just like shit flying around, and you're just reading it. You're like,
how are you gonna guess?
I feel like you're the Matrix right now.
How can you guess oil futures if you're not fucking on everything? Like, what's a new trend? What's this? What's that?
You got to see where the wars are about to break out.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's hit Russia, man.
I just fly into the Congo and I'm like looking around. Like, oh shit, they got machetes over there.
He's got the gorilla coming.
Hey, they got machetes. Hey, what brand machetes are those? We're like, Scoot, what are you doing? What's your new venture? I'm making machetes for these people in Africa.
Amy,
what the
Amy,
fuck?
hungry.
I'm taking surveys. So if you wanted a better machete, what features would you like?
Excuse me, sir. How would you feel about a machete with two sides on it? Oh,
this man's dropping in with gemstones. Like, guess what I found in the mountain?
For real, man.
I pay attention to a lot of shit. I think it's important, kind of. I mean, you could also fill your head with nonsense, but
it was just like the stock market, same shit, man. You got to hit something early, you know.
Yeah, I just I don't know, like I like knowing like 50% about a lot of shit. And then like a couple things I really dive into, but I don't know. I feel like if you know, like you can kind of like some stuff is the same. Like when you go,
but why didn't you predict Abercrombie and Fitch?
I did
stock.
Ooh,
no, the Abercrombie and Fitch stock is like the highest it's ever been right now.
Right now?
Yeah, it blew up, yeah.
The fuck? See, that's hard. I feel like that shit's hard. That's like GameStop shit. Like,
I mean, it is just a craps table.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all it is. Like, when's the last time you even saw an Abercrombie and Fitch?
I don't even.
I went to the mall over here. So one of my malls has the movie theater, AMC, and I walk by it all the time. But I never walk in. They're so dark, bro. Dudes with their shirts
they changed
off.
their whole shit, right?
Kind of.
Yeah, they're like,
oh, we can have minorities work for us now.
Yeah, and we can have like not super skinny people, or like super fit people, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
That's like the whole thing.
Good. That's why their stock went up.
Good job. People are wearing it. Like people wearing it like ironically now or some shit.
No, it's way different. It's way different. Like when's the last time you went into like what's the other one? American Eagle. Wait, American Eagle,
Hollister?
Right? Yeah. American Eagle's got some dope shit now. They realize they're like, all right, we were a fad. Now we need to get back with it. Like same with like Old Navy.
The rugby tee isn't working anymore.
Right? 3 of them in a row. Like I don't know. Maybe over in the UK. Sorry, UK.
Oh, speaking of, we're shipping to the UK now.
Who's we, bitch?
Jungle Athletico. If you need jiu-jitsu gear, t-shirts, rash guards, shorts, whatever. UK, Australia, Netherlands, and Canadians. I added them too. But you can buy shit over there. The shipping is expensive, but a few of you requested it, and I actually already got your orders, so I know it works. Everything's good. But it is expensive. I'm not going to lie. But if you want the shit, anyway, you can use, did we add Fuck Scoop? Yes, Fuck Scoop, 20%. Off all orders. Cool. Damn, that was slick.
That was a good one.
We were talking about fashion. I'm like, there it is. Bang, hit him with it.
Hit him with it. Let's go.
So would you guys, if you could afford it, would you buy a plane? I don't think I would. It would be too much to worry about.
Everything just seems like a headache.
Yeah, for sure.
Even to me, like the prospect of like owning like a single family home seems like a headache. Like maintaining like any kind of home is a lot of work, but then when you add like all the other shit, like yard work and whatever, like all that shit just seems like.
That's why Bradley's not here right now. You remember in the summer, or every summer,
he's
Bradley's
out here digging like water trenches and shit. I mean,
dude, yard work. I'm kind of jealous though, dude. Yeah. Yard work's kind of tight. If you got a big ass yard, you're out there with your shirt off. People are checking you out. You know what's up?
I got the old bird. She's always doing yard work.
Good,
literally
good.
And she's like, I need to clean by the cactus. I'm like, yeah. dude. It looks like shit. Like, hurry up. We have a
Clean
huge
by the cactus?
There's a huge cactus in our front yard.
That's cool that you guys keep it up.
8 foot. I don't do it. Fucking get in there. Get
Go.
to work. Yeah.
It's like a workout.
She
You
always
get a
gets hit
tan.
with that and screams. It's hilarious.
Wow.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't have like a yard, but I have like a little area.
Yeah,
like,
easier to maintain.
Fuck yeah. Well,
Like
I mean, that's why I got to pay HOA though.
Yeah, I mean that part sucks. But like, just even like the maintenance I don't have to do from not having a car. It's like it doesn't seem like a lot because you rarely have to maintain your car. But it's like thinking about like oil changes and new tires
Just
and
getting
like,
gas.
getting
and shit.
gas. Yeah, like. And even just like remembering, like, especially if you're in a neighborhood where you don't have to drive a lot, remembering that like you need to drive your car. Like,
yeah.
Like if you go like a few days, you're like, oh shit, I gotta like get in there and
battery
start it.
might die. You might get a ticket.
Yeah, you might get all kinds of shit. Like all of that. Like,
are you like really against cars, bro? Just naming all this shit off.
Well, that's I mean,
I have a car. I ain't
but I'm just
stressing
saying,
about that
like
shit.
when you start adding on like more shit to your life. So now you've got the car, you've got you've got the house, now you've got the boat, now you've got the plane. Like all of that shit needs to be maintained. All of that shit, like even if you hire someone, you have to like deal with them to maintain it.
Remembering
Like
payments.
maintenance.
Bro, you're
Maintenance.
rich as fuck. It doesn't matter.
We're the craziest thing I've ever heard.
We're not talking about us having this shit. We're talking about if we were rich as fuck.
It makes your life more complicated. Like straight
That's
up, like
what I'm saying. That's
it
what
makes
I'm
it like
saying.
actually work. It doesn't make it better. It makes it more.
So if you don't want to deal with it, now you have to bring in more people. You know what I mean? Like so either you deal with it yourself or you bring in an assistant. You know what I mean? Like now you're constantly having to hire assistants because you're not going to be able to keep the same assistant for 30 fucking years because they want to have a life.
And then they leave. They didn't take care of something, or you had to fire them because they
were stealing your shit. All I'm saying is like it just adds like more fucking shit that you have to,
for sure.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some things that people enjoy, but like you're talking about with like sharing or paying like a fee so you can charter like a private jet.
Right.
Like that's easier,
It's way easier.
It's like leasing a car. It's better than, than buying a car and having to deal with the payment. Well, just lease a car for 3 years. You got the money, fucking return
Especially
it.
if you're not using it. It's like a boat. Like if you're not using it all the time, it's actually like it's really expensive. I think the small jets, the ones that the guy was showing, like the ones you've heard of, like the G6, G5, like those jets, they're between like $15 and $25 million, right? But they cost $3 million a year just to like maintain. That's it, like in insurance.
And you want to maintain a jet.
Yeah.
You don't want the side ripping off.
Yeah, no. Well, he was actually talking not about that specific scenario, but he was talking about how he's like people think that private jets are like less maintained than like commercial. He's like they are way more maintained than commercial because like you have a single pilot that's on the salary. He's checking all the stuff that's making sure it's happening. It's his life on the line. Yeah. He's not swapping planes. That's his plane.
Oh, shit.
Like he
Never
flies that plane every time. And if you lease out the jet to like a company or like people and that jet goes down, now you're liable for all their lives. Even if you're a billionaire, you might get fucking nuked.
Damn.
If you like negligent on that, that shit. And you don't want to die on your own fucking jet, right? So yeah. Well, I mean, it is kind of rock star shit, but
yeah, I mean, but this is why I feel like this is why, like, not only do these people become unhappy, like, not necessarily unhappy, but like, they were probably already unhappy to begin with, but like, they think if they buy the shit, like, everything's going to be, fun because you're going to be able to do whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you get all the headaches and then you rarely ever get to use it. So now you have this fucking big ass $20 million yacht that you use once a year. And you got to deal with all the headaches from it when like there's some dude who makes way less money than you who's like, no, me and the boys are just gonna lease one for the week.
Or fly like some first classes are quite nice. Like you have your own little like area. That's like $15,000 or whatever. But like there's no headache.
I think you're right. There's probably a group of people that do that, but I also think like in my head I'm thinking of like fucking Oprah, like big people there, just
they
like
can't fly private.
Yeah,
you know
they can't.
Cannot. No. Do you think Oprah can? I mean, not private. Sorry, commercial. Like Oprah can't just show up at the Delta terminal.
She doesn't want to touch people.
She doesn't want
these dirty little fucking
fly out the emergency door. Yeah, but I mean, like you think like having a jet is stressing Oprah out right now? Like no,
well, she's got a whole thing.
That's
what I'm saying. There's those
like,
people, and then there's the people.
Do you think Oprah's like going into like the CVS to get shit?
Oh, fuck yeah, all the time. I saw her in San Diego last week, dude. I saw her at the Del Taco. Hey, oh, what up? Hey, yo, tacos for you, tacos for you.
Like, I bet you she doesn't even know what the price of like milk looks like.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, that shit bothers me. Like that some humans don't know the most basic shit.
Yeah.
Not like how much milk costs, but you guys see that video of Janet Jackson at an interview, and the guy's like, yeah, like what kind of food you in? Like, I know up in here, like we're all about the hot Cheetos. She's like, the what? And they're all laughing, like, no, like flaming hot Cheetos. The flaming what? She didn't know what flaming hot Cheetos was.
I mean, she can't go to a store.
No one can go get her flaming hot
I feel
Cheetos.
like now you could get away with some fucking CIA face mask, Mission Impossible.
You would
like,
think,
thing now, right? Like,
hey, I could be Dom right now, bro. I'm just like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, they had that shit back in the 60s. Like the CIA did have it back in the 60s.
Yeah,
I
mean,
feel like you can get it
you
now.
go, what was it, Bad Grandpa or whatever? Like, you
Yeah,
can,
that was legit.
that's
But
probably
that's
so
also like
uncomfortable.
8 hours of makeup.
So Janet Jackson did that, but you guys are right. Like you could probably, I know a couple like celebrities. I don't know them, but like know of people that like they just cover their face up with a mask.
I bet they were stoked when the mask mandate was
Oh,
going
yeah.
on. I bet they were amped up.
Yeah, we probably were hanging out with Tom Cruise. We didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it. Oh, yeah.
So like there was Janet Jackson, and there's something that the guy on Friends, he just passed away. What's his name? Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
He passed away. He came out with that book like last year maybe, and people were giving him shit because in his book he mentioned Keanu Reeves about being like a nobody like star, and everyone's like, "What? Why would you say that? Like he's a huge star, dude." Matthew Perry didn't know. He didn't know that fucking Keanu Reeves. He was looking at Keanu Reeves as like the guy that played in
Bill and Ted's.
yes, yeah, like a newcomer. It's like, wait, what the fuck? Like, and he's like, dude, I
more
apologize.
famous than him. Like,
Bro, he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
But also Keanu is like really like down to earth and isn't like out like doing all the celebrity shit. Like,
That's why you always
Yeah,
see
but
him in
everyone-
photos. Like he's eating in Central
Yeah,
Park.
yeah,
just
he's
by
smoking a
himself.
cigarette on the
Yeah,
bench.
yeah.
But like that just kind of proves my point, man. Like some of these fucking actors and like celebrities, they're so far out there, they don't know. Like that's when they say weird shit in interviews, it's because they don't fucking know, dude. Like
Yeah.
Janet Jackson doesn't know what the fuck hot Cheetos. That's
But
fucking
Janet,
sad.
Janet Jackson never lived a normal life either.
True, very true.
Yeah.
Very true. But I just that shit just blows my mind. Like people.
Well,
people
I also think
that.
too, it's probably like somebody. I don't know if you're that wealthy and that famous, and like especially for those Friends people, they had so much money coming in, from
So much.
royalties.
Forever,
Forever,
bro.
yeah.
Fuck.
So then, like, I don't know, like if I were just like ultra wealthy and I just had money coming in forever and I never had to worry about shit, I wouldn't live in the States. I mean, I would have a house here, but like I'd be bopping around and fucking.
I mean, I think George Clooney's got it right.
Yeah, he creeps me out though.
I mean, dude went and bought a fucking
George Clooney creeps you up.
Yeah, something just.
All I'm saying,
little beady eyes.
all I'm saying is
Yeah,
like
man.
look at the celebrities who hung around Hollywood a little too late, and look at him who just like went out and bought a villa in fucking Italy and like fucked off and comes back and does a movie every once in a while.
I
Like,
like that.
I mean, that is the way. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
like you just can't be in that in that world. And anytime you hear stories about these people who like lived that like Hollywood lifestyle for a while, like you can like, dude, you cannot live like that for too long.
I mean, you can't even live the PB lifestyle.
Speak for yourself.
I just looked it up. How much the cast of Friends, they started out. Each cast member went from making $125,000 per episode in season 6. So that's when it started getting like, oh, this is dope. To pocketing a whopping $750 per episode in season 7 and 8. Each season having 24 episodes, meaning all the cast
that's
got.
not even the residuals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they made on
Yeah.
each episode. And they all out throughout the whole series, they took home $36 million in total.
Each.
They made more than that on residuals. I
Yeah.
guarantee.
Oh
you.
yeah,
sure,
I mean
yeah,
that
yeah.
that shit's
Se-
always playing.
Seinfeld would like for a while.
Yeah.
He made crazy fucking money from.
Oh, he
from
mentioned
that.
how much he gets paid each year just off episodes. I forget. It was in the millions.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Well, it's like Jordan with fucking with the brand Jordan.
Jordan
He
who?
still makes him
Michael
billion-
Jordan?
Yeah, was it? Or they sell $1 billion a year in his shoes.
Yeah, he makes a few like 100 million, right, or something like that a
Wow.
year. Like, dude, that guy will never run out of money ever. And he can just go to Vegas and drop fucking 80 million at the crap.
It's probably not
tables and
even
it'd be
fun
like
for
nothing.
him anymore. to go gamble. It ruined gambling for him.
I think he's too competitive. Yeah,
exactly.
He's like a competitive weirdo. Yeah.
The thing about gambling is like, even if it doesn't matter to you, like you still want to win.
You want to win.
Yeah.
I feel like he's that guy. Like he wants to win. You couldn't fucking play like paddle hockey with that dude without him trying to rip your fucking eyes out.
Isn't there a meme of him playing beer pong with like some kids?
Yeah.
It's like real. Like,
it's a real
party. Yeah.
Well, what was it? Didn't Key and Peele do like the sketch on it where he's like playing craps with like the head of security?
Dude, was it SNL?
No, it was Key and Peele. It was Key and Peele.
Oh
but it was from
God.
The Last Dance.
Yeah, from The Last Dance.
And dude, this shit was hilarious. That shit was so funny. Yeah.
Hey, what are you gonna do? That was a good one. That was really fucking good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But yeah, I mean, like, you know, like if you're like that, like why not just go? Like he's still going hard. Like that dude will never stop. Barkley will never stop. And these guys just have money that just keeps coming in.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do?
I think Barkley made more money on doing TV than he ever did in his career.
Yeah, I think Barkley was one of the guys that didn't get a good contract, like Pippen.
Yeah.
They didn't get good contracts. So
90 Sports, everybody.
Yeah, right.
Hit him with it. Supersonics. We're going to talk about movies.
What was it? Joe Montana. Remember when he did the Skechers ads?
No,
that was more recent, right? Like like
recent.
10 years ago.
Yeah. It was like the rolling sketch. Those things that were actually bad for your back.
No.
But apparently allegedly the reason that he did that was so like if you live in the Bay Area, you know that Montana like famously had a bunch of bad investments. Like I think one of the buildings that he invested in San Francisco was like literally sinking into the fucking ground. Like they're like trying to figure out how to save it.
It's that one, that's like tilting. It goes down like a meter every year or something, and it's tilting. Yeah.
So he was like apparently going broke, which because also back then like they didn't get paid a lot of money, and like the NFL was just like you can't have one of like your all-time great Hall of Famers, so you still
super public,
super public, who you still roll out like any chance you can at like whatever event to be like this is how great the NFL is, blah blah blah. Like we can't have this guy like living in squalor, and so they like basically went out and they were like we need to get this guy like spokesmanship, like revenue, shit like that, so he can get like money coming in. But like they basically had to save his ass because like he was going broke.
Yeah, and I heard he had a big coke problem too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the 80s, say you heard he had a big cock. I was like,
he had a big cock.
Joe Montana, huge cock.
Probably does. It probably does.
Well, wasn't what's his name doing blow in like the locker room at halftime?
Oh fuck!
Everybody was doing blow in the fucking locker room.
I know it was crazy in the 80s. It was even crazy in like recent time. What that guy Shumpert, Iman Shumpert or something? He was a basketball player from like I don't know 09 to like maybe 19 or something like that. So like recent, like he just retired. He's out. But he was talking about like how guys would just be fucking like drink a bottle during halftime, like just completely drunk. And he was kind of saying like people are just so stressed out about the league and they're so talented that like they have to just like to calm themselves to get through this process of being like in front of everybody, but they're super talented, so it kind of doesn't matter.
Well, so they can still like do their job.
Do their job, but like numb their whole brain, so they're not stressed out about this money train that you could fuck up in any second. Like.
Well, as Marshawn Lynch was doing like a segment with Peyton Manning, and he said that he would do a shot of Hennessy at halftime, or was it before the game?
One shot?
Yeah, just like one shot. He's like,
he makes you a little loose.
Yeah, a little loose. Yeah, I mean,
say, like,
one shot's not gonna do
shots.
shit for you.
Dude, you start talking about alcohol. I'm on dry January.
Are you really?
And then I'm getting fired up. One shot of Henny. I'm like, yeah, I could do that.
That's what you say. You're like, hey, loosen me up a little bit.
Loosen me up. I get loosed up a little.
What's today?
You're on dry January, really?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go till probably the end of March.
Hey, hold the fuck up, man. Congratulations on the brown belt, my dude.
Oh, we talk about that?
Congratulations,
brown
dude.
belt.
Scoop got his fucking brown belt.
It's a big deal. It doesn't feel like it, but I know it is.
I think.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying I'm a big deal. I'm saying like it's a big accomplishment, but it doesn't feel like because nothing changed for me. It's just except for different.
Bro, when I got my purple belt, people thought something was wrong with me because I didn't like smile.
Well, there is something wrong with you.
Look at those glasses. Looks like a cartoon character.
So everyone was like, "You didn't even like smile." I was like, "Well, I kind of knew it was coming." Coach kind of told me, but to your point, it's a huge thing, but at the same time, you're at like. Not at the top of like your game, but you have still a lot to go. Like at least in jiu-jitsu, it's like
black. I mean, I'll probably have a black belt in like 2 years or three years, probably max. Because I train all the time.
Yeah,
probably max. Maybe even like a year and a half because I do go like 6 days a week. That's insane.
Yeah,
congratulations,
dude. Congratulations,
and then it's Kumite.
And then it's Kumite. We're going straight to UFC. I'm hitting up Dana White. I'm like, hey, I need one fight. I need to prove myself.
They're gonna set you up in the ring with Hasbullah.
Yeah. I need to fight Hasbullah.
That's huge, man. Good for you.
Yeah, pretty
dude.
crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna start a cult when you become a black belt.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. To be a black belt in I remember it just being, well, even like a purple belt. I know most people don't jiu-jitsu, but when you go to a gym, when you show up at a jiu-jitsu gym, like you obviously have no idea what's going on. And a purple belt will rip your fucking head. Like you can't do anything to a purple belt. If you're brand new, you walk into a gym, even if you wrestled.
And the purple belt is chilling.
Yeah, the purple belt.
I'm a purple belt. I don't know how many times I can tell you someone comes in, they're fucking big, and they're like, let's do this. And it's like, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
You can literally have as soon as a new guy walks in.
I'm ripping dicks off, bro.
He's like, submit me. His legs are like wrapped behind his
Come on, buddy. Come on, big boy, over here. I'm going to pull missionary. Pull guard.
But yeah, like you, as a purple belt, you can pretty much have a conversation on the side while beating the shit out of somebody.
Bro, when I first started, I would look out, like I'd be rolling, getting my fucking salad toss basically, and look across the mat, and Scoop's laughing at me while he's rolling with someone else. I'm like, what? Yeah. How disrespectful is that? Yeah. And then I ended up figuring out
After
damn,
a while,
dude,
like,
you're so comfortable, like. Yeah. Rolling with someone that you like looking around like, hey, what's going on? Where's coach? Like, hey, there's a homie. Dom, what's up? You know?
But then to be above that now, because like it's been a while now where like I kind of like, it's not that I fuck purple belts up, but like I don't really have to worry about it. Like I'm not gonna get tapped for sure. But and then I'm like, oh fuck, I might get my brown belt. It's like I had to really put it on a guy today, the open mat.
Oh yeah.
Oh buddy. He got tossed. I was so fucking mad. This guy, crackhead looking dude, missing a front tooth. The thing about open mat is when there's no class, just a bunch of people show up to basically spar.
And you don't have to have a membership.
Yeah,
anybody in San Diego can show up, and it's Jocko's gym, so it's like everyone shows up.
If you ever played basketball, it used to be called open gym for
basketball. Exactly.
Yeah, open run. Yeah.
I'm not down with that life, bro. I'm out. Peace.
So this guy, he's like, hey, you want to roll? When people ask me to roll, because I'm big, I know it's gonna be when they just like they're all excited about it. I'm like, oh, they want to like prove themselves or something. So he's like, hey, you want to roll? I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. And then he like smiles and he's missing a tooth. I'm like, okay, like one of the not like a back, little side burner.
Not like a side burner. Was it like a hockey player missing tooth, or like I'm on the streets missing tooth?
I think it was on the streets, but I don't know. But yeah, the front one is just gone. I'm like, this is gonna be weird. And he comes at me like a fucking hyena, and it's clear he doesn't know what he's doing really.
What color belt?
It was no-gi, so I didn't know.
Okay.
He's definitely brand new, but and I grab him and he's going nuts. Like it's like he kind of elbowed me in the face, and I don't really get mad, but then I'm starting to get pissed off. It's like I'm being really calm, and he's going fucking crazy. And if I just had enough, I like kind of picked him up. I don't want to explain it. It was like a Kimura position, but I kind of picked him up and like threw him to the other side. Ooh. And then held him down. I was like, calm the fuck down. I was so mad.
Knocked his other tooth out.
And he was like, what, bro? Yeah, right. He was like, what, bro? Like, in when I've been wrestling, like, they're not worried about that. And I was like, well, I am, bro. Like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I do Muay Thai. I'm like, well, go do Muay Thai.
Yeah.
But what are you doing? I go do Muay Thai.
I don't like when people, they do jiu-jitsu and they start bringing up what else other things they do.
Street fight, bro.
Yeah.
Well, we're not street fighting.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, I shoot guns. Do you want to see that in the parking lot?
How'd that work out for Kimbo Slice?
Yeah, right.
Dead. R.I.P. Kimbo, man. That's that guy. That's one thing I always tell people is like when
Kimbo
you wear,
Slice?
yeah.
R.I.P.
I love Kimbo, dude. I remember watching his videos. Anyways, when you do gi, you see everyone's belt, so I can walk in and see Scoop and be like, "Ooh, big brown belt, brown dude. That's gonna fuck me up." Like I know kind of his level.
You know what to expect. Yeah,
you know what to expect. Yeah. No gi, you just walk in.
If you don't know them, it's like
with your spandex on, and so literally, I think you could back me up on this if you feel this way. The first 5 seconds of that roll, you can tell just by one grip, one little grip, they grab your arm, or you grab them, or you do like a necktie or something. Oh, okay.
You can tell immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
At least
way someone
generally
moves.
Where they're at.
If you make a move and they back up, or they kind of like squirm to the side, you're like, okay, they're they're like, you know, a white belt, they're brand new. You could tell kind of like, all right, they might
I try to talk them through. I literally go like deep breath, bro, because people be, and I'm like, deep breath, bro, relax. Or I'll get them in a position and hold them there. I'm like, just calm down. It's all good. It's all good.
We should film a video of Scoop walking into open mat in a white belt in different gyms.
Oh, that would be so fun. I'd probably get in trouble, but that would be so fun.
Yeah, they do that a lot. There's a lot of videos like that.
There's a guy, Danny Mullen, I think, or something like that. But his shit is hilarious.
But they end up like acting so crazy and like so spazzy that everyone kind of knows. Like they have you really. It's not surprising when they like submit someone. It's like, oh, okay, we get what you're doing. Especially if there's a fucking camera out there and they're videotaping it. But that would be funny. We get Scoop out there.
Scoop just wants to fuck some random people.
Not really. I mean, it's not really that fun anymore. Actually, it's kind of boring. I mean, I'm not saying
you
like,
look bored as fuck sometimes, man. I'm not gonna lie. You're like falling asleep.
I mean, it's not. I'm not saying like I could just walk around the street and just beat the shit out. That's not what it's like. I just mean at the gym and you're like rolling with somebody brand new. I'm like, it's not that much fun anymore. Like it used to be really fun because you're like, dude, I can kick this guy's ass. But now it's like expected.
It's like when a video game becomes too easy.
Kinda, yeah. No, I mean, seriously, kinda.
Do you have your like regular like role partners or what?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm sure Jocko invites you to the Jocko mat when they're all rolling, right?
Yeah. Andy, I got to roll with Andy today.
Yeah, I got invited to that mat once. I got scared. I left.
Yeah,
too much for me.
It's all big dudes too.
Big dudes, and they all know exactly what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
And I remember Coach Eric was like, "Yeah, come on over." Like right when I got my purple belt, I was like, "Oh, daddy, no, thank you."
Pucker. Anyway,
Shoney's like, "I'll see you in the showers."
Yeah. See y'all in the showers. Cool.
That's where the magic happens,
right? Yeah. We good. I think we're good.
There used to be a Japanese dude that would come to the gym. This is un-jiu-jitsu related. I don't even know what he did. He might have done like boxing or some shit. I don't know. But he was like from Japan, does not speak English, Japanese. And we have showers at the gym. They're full on showers. Like, you know, and they're like, you know, they're like partitioned off, like private shower. Anyway, he would stand at the sink and wash himself completely with the hand soap, like over his whole body. So he'd soap his whole body up and then put like his leg with his balls hanging down and like wash his leg.
Did you see his little wiener?
Isn't that how they do it in like the Japanese bathhouses?
I don't know, but like
that's exactly what they do. Yeah.
In the sink,
but they're not sinks. They're like they're on the floor, but they are kind of like sinks, but they're on the floor. But he should know. Come on, man. You should know that's not cool.
Crazy.
Well,
put the PP away, bro.
I was telling a girl about this recently, but like, because they don't know obviously what goes on in like a dude's locker room at a gym. But the one that fucking pisses me off is that dude, and it's always an old dude who's got like the hair dryer that's attached to the wall, and he's got a leg up on the fucking sink, and he's drying his asshole and his balls.
Bro, that probably feels so good.
I'm sure it feels great. Don't do it because somebody's putting that right next to their fucking hair. Like,
it's not his. It's not his.
It's the one on the wall.
It's on the wall. Yeah,
and he's just over there leaking. He's like, it feels so good. Come on, bro.
Get your balls.
And also,
nice and
like
hot.
nobody wants to see you like spreading your gooch like out, dude. Come on,
I can't wait till I'm that age though, bro. I can just walk around with my fucking ding dong hanging out and not give a fuck. Just like yee. I can't do it in my gym right now, man. There's too many gay guys in the locker room.
You're at the nice gym, right? Downtown?
Yeah, well, I go to the one downtown.
What do you think they're gonna do? Like walk over and start like grabbing your dick?
Yeah, man. I don't feel comfortable. But I've been starting to go to the Little Italy one, and it's a lot better. But not a lot better. It's just different. But it's just I don't know.
I want to go up in there one day.
Come through. Dude.
I was gonna go to the gym. The gym. There's a big like not powerlifting, like bodybuilding style gym over here. Okay. I was gonna go there, and then I'm like,
Are you talking about the one like right?
Yeah, the one right there. Yeah. It's only $30 a month. That shit that kind of wrecked my world. I mean, most gyms are fucking expensive now.
Aren't a lot of those like heavy lifting, like competition lifting, like bodybuilder type gyms usually fairly inexpensive? Because they're kind of like bare bones. A lot of them.
Yeah, that one's
you got like Choose, you got like Crunch, all those ones. Those are like fucking $15 a month.
And they're like going out of business too. Like there are so many fucking gyms that open up and then just go out of business. Like they're everywhere, at least in PB.
Yeah, there's a lot of gyms by where you're at. Yeah.
Like, I've seen some cheap gyms, but you gotta watch out. They're not even 24-hour fitness. They don't have free weights. It's all machines.
We fought a revolution for less.
How about the one across from Mavericks or whatever, like El Templo?
What?
And it's like literally, so it's obviously somebody like holding on like the rings, like.
Oh, I've seen.
But it looks like Jesus Christ, like on this crucifix.
Wait,
Oh
okay,
my
this is not like a meme. I thought that was a church.
Yeah,
Like,
it does look like a church, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
what is it called?
The Church of Weights.
Yeah, I legitimately, we were driving by there. We had dinner at the sushi spot like 2 weeks ago, and we're driving by, and I was like, "That's a weird spot for a church." I said that to the old.
What's the name of it?
El Templo. And bro, like nobody's ever in there. Like, how is this spot open? Like, I walk by there all the fucking time. Never see anyone in there.
Cartel money,
right? Launder that shit. Launder that shit.
This is like,
I've seen what the fuck was it? Ozark.
Yeah,
it's all money laundering.
But
it's all money laundering.
Straight up though, like if you see a spot that's just open like perpetually and there's no one in there, there's something going on. Like maybe it.
Oh my God, that
right?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. That might be Vince Vaughn from from Old School.
Oh my God. No. That was that is Old School. Oh my God.
That's not a church.
Right?
I legitimately thought it was
Dude, when they were opening that up, like when it was still under like renovation or whatever, I'd walk by it and I didn't know. I was like, is this gonna be a church or a fucking gym? Like what the fuck?
Who signed off on that logo? He's probably listening to the fucking show.
I know, right?
Jesus. He's like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah, the cartels are gonna come by now. Like, you're blowing up the spot.
Well, there's a restaurant by the Marine Corps gym the Marine Corps base that I've lived here, 45 years. I have not seen a fucking person walk in there ever. I've driven by it all hours of the day.
Marine Corps base. What?
Yeah.
Where?
Where the sex shop is. You've seen this place.
And what base?
Though MCRD.
I do feel like if you were gonna launder money, wouldn't a gym be a pretty good business?
Gym would be, but the only thing is, a gym's not a cash business. Like, you don't have to do.
Yeah, no, you can pay. You can pay in
You
advance.
pay cash, yeah.
And
I know, but
pay
like
for the whole year.
I feel like when you're dealing with
Hey, we're giving up secrets here, man. I think we should stop.
Nah, give them up. What, I'm not laundering money. What the fuck do I care?
Fuck them! I don't want to get killed, bro. I want another head shop in PB, not a gym.
But like, I feel like you need a cash heavy business because you're going to be taking that money and putting it into the bank account as cash, as opposed to like it going through Stripe or that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be weird. Like, why is all the money coming into your gym just cash? That's weird.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of cash businesses. I mean, I was just thinking
Strip
the other
club.
I used to get paid in cash, like to DJ, and over the
They
years,
don't want to pay taxes.
Yeah. And that changed. I don't get paid
because it
cash
became big.
anywhere.
It became big business.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
so.
it was no longer just like you're paying like the happy hour.
Well, I think it's also when all you're probably saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But when all the restaurants, I mean, this happened over the last like 15 years. All the like big restaurants, bars,
more
clubs.
professional. Yeah.
Well, not even just more professional, but these big groups now own whole fucking areas. Like, they own every bar in this area, every restaurant in this area.
This is the shit that drives me nuts too about like when people are like, oh, you out in PB? I'm more of a North Park person or whatever. It's like,
owner.
They literally changed the name to like, there's a restaurant group, a specific restaurant that has a location in Little Italy, OB, PB, and I think one like in North Park. And
who is it?
It's that's Raglan. And, Raglan, Queens, was it Queenstown or whatever?
Yep.
And then in PB it's Bareback, and I don't know what it is in North Park. Exact same menu with slight variations, different name, and people act like they're going to these like same quality, going to these wholly unique places. Like, bro, you're going to the same fucking places, and you're stoked about it too.
It's the same chef too, like the main chef that does all
exactly. Oh, dude, like my friend, one of my friends was a GM for like a restaurant group, still is. Now he's in Nashville doing like their same company, opening up spots in Nashville. But like, literally, he's just the guy who opens up new locations. So they're opening up a new spot, fucking send them in, do all the hiring, whatever.
Well, man. I feel like that's a tough job. And so you got to be really good at it.
Yeah.
And once you've done it like 3 or 4 times, now you're really good at it.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
That's what I was talking to him about like the restaurant industry and all that a while back. And he was just like, because everyone's, it's so hard, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, it's not hard. He's like, the failure rates are because a lot of people think it's easy.
Yeah, and they go into it.
They go into it like little mom and pops or whatever. But you don't see the big restaurant groups failing.
No, yeah.
And obviously, like once you become like a big restaurant or managing group, you have 3 or 4 successful businesses, you can lean on those when one of them's not doing
Yeah.
well. So you can take chances and shit.
And
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
copy and paste all the shit that you know is
Exactly.
working. You're just like,
Exactly.
oh, that's
Yeah.
working there. It's like, we'll implement that here.
Why we did with Miss B's,
Yeah.
Coco Maya, Coco Cabana.
Same shit. He knows. Same
fucking
menu.
shit.
Same menu.
We
I
do
can't
all the
believe you
same
eat Mission
shit.
Beach.
Yeah. Or like fuck, I'm over fucking Shore Club. Let's go to Coco Maya. 2 different spots, same fucking owner, bro. Like he's still getting money in his fucking wallet.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like we grew up in the era of like branded shit that like everyone knew, like Chili's and like Applebee's or whatever. and
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Chevy's, TGI Fridays.
TGI Fridays. And the only thing that happened was like the restaurant groups were like, well, those become unpopular and unreliable over time. Like we'll just keep opening up very similar shit with different names that fit the communities and the neighborhoods better.
Yeah.
Customize it a little bit, tweak it a little bit, and nobody will know the fucking difference.
Dude, my roommate back in the day got someone came to his house, or came to our house rather, from the city because he worked at Outback Steakhouse. And there was a tuberculosis outbreak at his Outback.
Wait, there can be an outbreak of tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis. Dude, there was an Outback, and I can't even actually remember exactly where it was. I know it was in Point Loma, and I think it was right by Soma. It was like right over there somewhere. Right? I don't remember exactly.
No more.
Yeah. So it was that one. And
They
they
had
had
Doc Holiday out there. I'm leaving there like I'm in my prime.
but they had to fucking close it. They had to close it because of the.
What was it? The fucking spot world famous in PB had a Hep C outbreak.
Hep C?
Hep
Like,
C.
like where?
At the restaurant.
Just everywhere? Are they closed now?
No,
place
they're
is.
still open, but they had to go in and clean everything out. And
I'm gonna go. I need some money. Let's go down there and fucking sue, baby.
Let's go.
Well, they own Fatfish, and Fatfish is no more.
That place.
What was before Fatfish? It was
Cantina.
This is too.
No,
This
no.
is too deep.
yeah. This
Yeah,
dude,
right,
I know
yeah,
people
yeah.
are like, "What the fuck are these
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
talking about?"
Too deep. Is Hep C curable? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not like AIDS.
No, it's not. Even AIDS is
You can live
curable,
with.
bro.
Well, you can live with it.
Dude, I know. I had this conversation the other day with my gym buddy. I know 3 people with AIDS that are living, fucking
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
chilling, dude. I don't know why we're wearing condoms.
So like, is it a big deal? It's kind of
Who is we?
Yeah.
Scoop and I
I feel like
tag
it's like,
teaming.
if everyone has herpes, or no, what's the other one? HPV. Everyone has HPV, so we don't really need to worry about HPV.
I wonder if HPV is gonna. Well, they have the vaccine for HPV now.
But it fucks people up, though. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, like pretty much every woman gets it
yeah.
at like a certain age or whatever. It's kind of like one of like the steps of like vaccines or whatever. So I do kind of wonder if that's going to be one of those ones that just gets like eradicated.
Maybe. I mean, I when someone tells me, everyone says like Scoop said, like everyone has HPV or something, but it doesn't come through on some people, or you don't know it forever. Same thing with that when people say like, well, everyone has herpes. It's just, if it comes out or not. I'm like, you have herpes, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, for
people
sure.
that say that have
Yeah,
herpes.
yeah.
Like,
What if everyone had fucking herpes, though? What if, like,
apparently we do.
legitimately-
That's what people. There's like
There's
two types.
different kinds. Yeah,
two different
yeah.
kinds. Apparently,
Yeah.
we all have cold sore. Is like herpes.
Yeah.
Scoop
Apparently.
is like a super villain who's like everyone's gonna have herpes, so no one can be locked out.
I'm gonna put herpes in our water. Fucking.
Flying my fucking herpes plane.
Just fucking chemtrails of
Yeah,
herpes.
just herpes chemtrails. Go, my children.
Once we're all the same, everyone will be equal. No one can be locked out of the dating market.
I'm one giant herpes.
Yeah, I know. I guess there's 2 different kinds or something, but I don't know. Everyone always fucking says that. Like, oh, dude, it's fucking. We're all gonna have fucking AIDS. In about
You think in
70
our
years.
lifetime something new's coming? Like a new, like not like AIDS, but like something of that. That
I
was
don't
a
know
big deal.
what are people fucking? What kind of animals are people fucking these
I
days?
know, right?
But because that was a big fucking deal, obviously.
Yeah.
We've already
But, like,
done
imagine-
horses, bats, dolphins.
I mean, I think we fucked.
I don't
everything
think
at
anyone's
this point.
fucking bats.
Oh, he ate a bat. My bad.
What about the? I know people fuck fish, like legitimately, like.
That probably feels
Fuck
good as
fish.
fuck.
Right,
Is that what the when they go the fishing noodling or whatever?
Yeah.
Put your dick
I
in
know what
there.
you're doing under there.
Or like you seen the monkey, or it's like a chimpanzee fucking the frog. You see that?
Oh yeah,
He's like he literally fucks
getting
the
a
frog to
blowjob.
death.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like, it's actually like really disturbing.
super hot. What? I honestly, man, after this pandemic, I think anything's possible, bro. To be honest,
That would be a bummer if we saw we might see like a new like crazy STD like that.
But
wasn't that part of like the dystopian like downfall or whatever in Demolition Man? Was like a series of like sexually transmitted diseases.
And that's why they didn't have sex anymore.
Yeah.
No way. Was that the one with shit? What's her name?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. Thank you.
Yeah, that ass.
She's hot. She's still hot, man. She got a bunch of work done, but she's hot.
She's hot. She seems cool too. That's why she's hotter.
Yeah.
Seems like a cool.
She does.
Wasn't she married to Jesse James?
Yeah, she
the motorcycle
was.
guy.
Holy
so you know
shit.
she's cool. She likes to fucking party. She gets down.
Does.
She gets down.
She's hot.
Although I will say that that movie, The Blind Side, isn't looking so good these days.
No, it's sure not.
Wait, why? Why?
They like.
I mean, it didn't look good back then either.
No.
Wait, what do you mean it didn't look good?
They like made the whole thing up, basically.
Well, they also like did like the whole
money.
like white savior thing or whatever, and yeah, they stole the money from him. Like they basically like locked him out of all of the rights to it.
Like it was so funny. There, there's like a part where he basically can't read.
Yeah,
and he's like.
Yeah,
he's like, I was an A student. Like, what he was saying, he was like, I was an A student. Like,
They
what do you
gotta
mean I
make
can't
shit up.
read? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, wouldn't you be pissed if they made you look like a dumb like? Like they made him look like retarded.
Yeah, hey, football man, go fucking do this.
And
Like,
not only that too, they made it look like he couldn't even play football until like Sandra Bullock's character came in. Like, like that
I see what you're
motherfucker
saying
couldn't
now.
like block anyone until she was like, "Hey, remember that kid's book I showed you?"
I mean, but that was I mean, that does make you look stupid. But that was a cool scene. But if that was about me, I'd be like, come on, bro, what are we doing here?
He got no money.
And imagine if like your adopted family did you dirty like that.
Yeah.
Like even if my parents did some shit like that, they're like, "Oh, we're doing the true life story of Alex," and then it was just me like licking paint. I'd be like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
You're like, you made me a Raiders fan. What the fuck, dude?
But then also like he didn't even move in with them until he was like almost 18,
and they never adopted him.
Yeah, that was the thing.
They lied to him. They lied to him and fucking said that he was that told him that it was the same thing as adoption.
Bro.
But really, it was just a conservatorship where they got the rights to everything.
And his best friend's family, he was living with them for years before, and he's like, they just acted like that never existed. He's like, he stayed at my house, I took care of him. He's like, I have a good job, I took care of this.
I mean, it would have been a terrible movie if it was.
I agree.
It would have. So they have to like.
Yeah, if it was the black family that helped out, it would have been. Like that's what I remember when that shit ran the Academy Awards. I was like, oh, they will eat this shit up because it just makes white people feel good. Racism is dead.
It was a weird story. It was a fun movie. I didn't mind it, but then it is a little bit like. And then now hearing that they like totally fucked him out of money and shit, it's like, what are we doing? And I don't know. I wouldn't want to be looked at as stupid.
No,
and he even said that affected his career because recruiter, like when he was like going to NFL for the draft, they thought he was stupid. And he's like, what? Like, I'm not dumb. And then he said even later, like he would, did
he go into the NFL?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I
He
didn't
played
even know
like
that.
8 years or something. He was he was one of the best players at the time.
Yeah.
Best.
Oh damn!
at
Better
his
than Joe
position.
Montana?
Way better.
Woo!
Smaller dick.
Big
though.
cock.
Smaller dick.
Smaller dick.
I gotta eat. I'm fucking starving.
All right,
Let's get some drinks.
Why? You know I'm an addict.
I know. You know. Just one, bro. Just one. It'll cut the edge.
I'll just smell it.
It'll cut the edge, man.
Shoney's the guy. Some guy gets out of rehab first day. He's like, "Hey, let's go to the bar."
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to drink. Just watch me
just
take some shots.
Hey, you don't have to do this coke, but just watch me do a couple lines. But it's here if you need it. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I'm saying I'm not going to stop you from doing it. You do whatever you want to do, man.
I support you.
Yeah. Guy goes to the bathroom and there's just a line lined right on the counter.
In my name. It's written out in my
I'm
name.
picking in the door like, hey, man, just do what you got to do, bro. You only live once. Yeah, let's get out of here, man. All right. There, guys.